What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, former pound-for-pound king, former two-division world champion, former unified super middleweight world champion, former unified super or light heavyweight world champion, Andre S.O.G. Ward. Retired undefeated, was Olympic gold medalist, and when he retired, he was at the top of his game and was widely recognized as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport of boxing. With that said, Andre Ward has an interesting take regarding these young fighters, today's time, up-and-coming fighters, training with former undefeated, former five-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king before Andre Ward. He passed the mantle to Andre Ward, so to speak. Floyd Money Mayweather, right? 50-0, retired 50-0. Floyd Mayweather lost his children's mother, then Floyd Mayweather lost his uncle and trainer, legendary trainer and boxer, Roger Mayweather, the original Black Mamba, right? The Mexicutioner, right? So he lost him, and obviously there's a lot of tough times and a lot of things taking place today's time. Floyd Mayweather has now dedicated himself and committed himself as of late to being a trainer and passing on the knowledge. Andre Ward did an interview in which he was asked about, what's his thoughts on Floyd Mayweather now becoming a trainer and passing on his knowledge. And Andre Ward said that he feels like these young fighters today's time needs to take full advantage of Floyd Mayweather training. He stated that if he had the opportunity to train with Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather pass on his knowledge, he said he would chomp at the bit. He said that he would welcome him with open arms, right? He wished that he had Floyd Mayweather to do mitts with. Right now, he himself has a great trainer in Virgil Hunter, right? Virgil Hunter is a great trainer, and he meshes very well with Andre Ward. So he's not looking to, he wasn't looking to, he didn't say he would look to replace Virgil Hunter as a trainer. He just, an addition like Floyd Mayweather to work the mitts and to pass on his knowledge and to pass on his experiences and break down the sport of boxing with all that he's been through and witnessed and being a student of it, being born in it. His father was a professional boxer. His uncle Roger was a world champion. His father fought Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather Sr. fought Sugar Ray Leonard, right? Roger Mayweather obviously had an illustrious career. And, he's saying that he was born into it. So it's great that he's not, gonna take all that knowledge with him to the grave, and he's gonna pass it on to the youth. And he says that it doesn't matter who you are, that being Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, or any of these guys, Shakur Stevenson, if you have the opportunity to be able to work with Floyd Mayweather and pick his brain, then you need to take full advantage of that opportunity, right? Then he also goes on to state that, like I said, that if he had the opportunity coming up in his era, and that speaks volumes because, like I said, Andre Ward retired undefeated. Andre Ward is Olympic gold medalist, right? So Andre Ward is great, right? Andre Ward does how much, this just goes to show you the mindset of greatness, right? It's never enough. They're never satisfied, right? For Andre Ward to be Olympic gold medalist, for Andre Ward to be a pound-for-pound king, for Andre Ward to be a two-division unified world champion, for Andre Ward to retire 32-0 with 16 by way of knockout, for Andre Ward to accomplish winning the Super 6 tournament, moving up and beating the so-called boogeyman in Sergey Crusher Kovalev, doing great pay-per-view numbers. Now, did he do the pay-per-view numbers of Floyd Mayweather? No. I believe Floyd Mayweather caught lightning in the bottle. You understand? And he took advantage of it, right? The heavyweight division, it was Roy Jones, and then from Roy Jones, it was the heavyweight division in Roy Jones' era, and then Roy Jones transitioned to Floyd Mayweather's era, and Floyd Mayweather captured the mindset and the fans. They were always great smaller guys, but as the sport of boxing goes, so, as the heavyweight division goes, so goes the sport of boxing. And so you had at the time Floyd Mayweather captured it, there weren't too many mega heavyweight stars, right? So he caught it right at the perfect time. With that said, we had the golden era: Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, Aaron Pryor. We had that era, right? And then we had the era of Roy Jones and Pernell Whitaker, so on and so forth, Oscar De La Hoya. But you see, Floyd Mayweather took it to a whole nother level, right? Something that we weren't used to seeing the smaller weight classes be able to dominate pay-per-view and things of that nature. So with that said, anyway, Andre Ward has accomplished tons and tons of things within the sport of boxing. And for him to say he would have welcomed it and he would have chomped at the bit to train with Floyd Mayweather, just let you know, it's like, that's the mindset of greatness. That's the mindset. And I want the young generation, the up-and-coming fighters, whatever sport you in, you look at that Andre Ward interview, and that speaks volumes. He didn't lose. He was Olympic gold medalist. Floyd Mayweather wasn't never Olympic gold medalist, right? Now, Floyd Mayweather was 5-division world champion. Andre Ward was a 2-division world champion. But Andre Ward is a surefire Hall of Famer. He's beat world champions after world champions on his resume, right? He beat the odds. Andre Ward accomplished. How much more can you accomplish outside of the pay-per-view numbers? Now, did he garner the revenue and the money that Floyd Mayweather garnered? No. Garnered? No. But like I said, Floyd Mayweather caught lightning in the bottle, and he took advantage of it. So with that said, for Andre Ward to say there's more he could have learned or would have welcomed Floyd Mayweather, that's just greatness. That's why he's great. That's why he was undefeated, because it was never enough. And then Andre Ward was asked about these big fights. Do you think that these big fights will get made now, seeing as though we had this entire situation with the pandemic and sports being suspended? Do you think that fighters and these boxers and the promoters and managers and so on and so forth would be eager to make these fights? And Andre Ward said something else that's telling. He said these guys are not truly worrying about their legacy anymore, this era. They're worrying about getting their bottom line, the number that they feel that they're worth. That's what's important. He said not everybody, but that's what's important. He was asked, do you think the Errol Spence-Terrence Crawford fight will get made? Andre Ward has a close relationship with Terrence Crawford, and I don't truly know his relationship with Errol Spence, but Andre Ward didn't really want to attest to that, but that speaks volumes in itself. Sometimes saying nothing is saying a lot. And so what he said was, these fighters are worried about their bottom line and what their wealth is, what their worth is, and getting a number that they feel is close or is what they want, right? So they're not too eager to, to build their legacy anymore. It's about building the revenue. And he said, look, I'm all for fighters getting what they feel like they're worth, and I'm all for fighters, getting the money and the paydays and the prize at the end of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. He said, I'm all for it, so I'm not against it. He said, but it's just different. He just had the different mindset that he wanted to do it for his legacy and not for just the money. And that's telling, because his career, like I said, he accomplished everything in his career that that's not too shy of Floyd Mayweather, right? Now, Floyd Mayweather fought and beat more world champions than anybody in the history of sport. He's retired, nearly double the fights Andre Ward. He retired 50-0. Andre Ward retired 32-0. So Floyd Mayweather nearly doubled the amount of fights that he had. And Floyd Mayweather just broke all types of pay-per-view records and numbers and things of that nature. So Andre Ward didn't receive that type of revenue, but he just lets you know his style was all about building his legacy and greatness. It wasn't about the money. And so he's saying you could do both, right? But he's not willing to, knock another fighter for wanting to stand his ground and get the money that he feels like he's worth. But he's saying if it was him, he would do it for the legacy and get the money, right? So fighters want, and like he said, he's all for fighters standing their ground and not budging until they get the numbers that they feel like they're worth. So he says that, that's what a lot of fighters are doing today's time. You know, so he didn't want to test to that. I believe the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight is on the verge of happening. It's inevitable because, like I stated, if Errol Spence fights Danny Garcia and be victorious, and then Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford fight, well, he has to fight the winner of that fight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no more negotiating. There's no more letting the fight build. At that point in time, Errol Spence had laid out his 3-fight plan, which was to fight Danny Garcia, then Manny Pacquiao, then Terrence Crawford. Well, if Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao fight, they essentially eliminate one of those fights for him, and now he has a 2-fight plan, would be Danny Garcia and then the winner of that fight. Because if Manny Pacquiao loses, then nobody's going to accept him fighting Manny Pacquiao if Manny Pacquiao loses to Terrence Crawford. Everybody's going to be calling for Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, right? So, and if Manny Pacquiao beats Terrence Crawford, the same goes, right? So now you're going to be fighting Manny Pacquiao for undisputed, and then people will still want to see the Terrence Crawford fight. But like I said, the mega fight between Errol Spence and either Manny Pacquiao or Terrence Crawford is going to happen very, very soon. It would be his second fight, point blank and period. Has to be. So I believe it's just getting closer, that much closer, because the walls are closing in, and they just don't have nowhere else to go but to fight one another. So with that said, I believe that fight will come to fruition very, very soon. When regarding Andre Ward, though, saying that, you know, can you imagine if Floyd Mayweather was willing to do this back then and was training Andre Ward with Virgil Hunter? Now, Andre Ward had injuries to his knees that prevented him from continuing his career. That's why he retired so early and, you know, didn't accomplish more within the sport as well. He had bad injuries to his knees, and he said his body just gave out on him. So with that said, he said that, you know, he had to call it a career. But if Andre Ward had the opportunity to train with Floyd Mayweather and he didn't have the injuries, can you imagine what Andre Ward would be and where Andre Ward, what he might have accomplished within the sport? Mega, right? He was already great. So I can only imagine. But with that said, man, hats off to Andre Ward, man. This is the mindset of greatness. And I think that a lot of young fighters could pick and learn a lot from Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather with that said. So let's see how everything all unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Oh, and before that, it's great that Andre Ward, that Shakur Stevenson, undefeated featherweight WBO world champion superstar boxer, just moved up to 130, that he takes and picks Andre Ward's brain. Because that's the measure of greatness. Point blank and period. They're never satisfied. Never satisfied. Can you imagine Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron James or any of these guys, Kevin Durant, saying, man, I wish I had the opportunity to train with Michael Jordan, with all that they already accomplished? That's the measure of greatness. That's the mindset of greatness. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.